you could tell this wasn't a normal dream. Like, you should never be dreaming that much about one person, and let alone someone that you suspect is doing evil to you. But that was a way that God was showing me that this person is not good. And I don't care if she goes to your church. I don't care what she calls herself. Doesn't matter how long you've known this person. What you're seeing in your dream is accurate, and you need to trust that. And so it took me some time to really understand that that's what was taking place. So once I realized, okay, I'm under spiritual warfare now, I need to start praying, fasting. Like, I had to go into like serious fasting mode, because they were I believe it was like they were doing like a gang up. So there were several of them attacking at the same time, so some of them would be at your workplace, some of them would be at different places. So if they understand that you are a threat, they're going to come with a greater strategy. And that's why I had to really and not to say I was living in willful sin at the time, but even just not having a prayer life was enough for them to get access. So, that's something I definitely experienced. And just recently, I'll just get random dreams of, obviously, not obviously, because some people don't get it, but people trying to feed you in the dreams, people always questioning you in the dreams, people trying to get information from you, or like different animals chasing.
Sometimes he speaks to us in the daytime with a vision as well. But definitely things we have to look out for is things, like Dr. Wayne said, things that are obviously demonic, like a snake, or anything that's like a pestilence, like a rat or a spider. Those things we know as in the natural, those are like natural, either pestilence or natural predators, as in the natural, so in the spirit, right? And of course, all dreams have context to it too, right? But also, the Lord gave me several, like 4 dreams on this one particular person. I won't mention her name. From like May to like July, and each time I got the dream, it was something in there that was reference to something demonic or something that was witchcraft in nature. Like a snake, right? She was a big snake in the dream that represents witchcraft. So things like that. When you get dreams like that, don't think, oh no, this is just me, my imagination. It's God trying to warn you and show you symbols. And sometimes, what I've learned, Dr. Wayne, also is that the enemy comes and he likes to plant tears in our dream realm, right? We can reference that also from Matthew 13. That says when man slept, the enemy came and he sowed tears. And God gave me a revelation on that, because the enemy is a masquerader, right? He may come in the form of a friend, right? Or someone that you know. But we have to discern who this person is in the dream. Like, for instance, if you're married, this happened to me like last year as well. If you're like, I'm married to my husband, right? And I'm dreaming about my husband having sex with my husband. Why would I have a dream about my husband being intimate with him? that's obviously a familiar spirit masquerading, right? And if you think about what a tear is, a tear looks like a wheat, but it's not a wheat, right? So that's why we have to discern the tears and the wheat in the realm of the spirit. So that's one way that we could also discern. And also go back to the Holy Spirit, right? Even as Daniel had said to Nebuchadnezzar, right? It's God himself who gives us the interpretation. Mm-hmm. And yes, we know that sometimes we know in part, we prophesy in part, and we may know one part, and then someone else may give us another part, but actually God is the one who gives us the interpretation altogether.